So the semifinals are here for the SEC Men's Basketball Championship game series. We got number 22 Vandy, 25-7, 11-7 in the SEC against the number 4 Gators, 26-6, 16-2 in the SEC. Now, I'm not surprised that Tennessee got beat by Vandy, even though I am a loyal Vols fan. It's in Nashville. What else is going to happen? Florida beating Kentucky, not surprised. Kentucky was on a good win streak, but Florida is Florida. You got to be a really good team to be able to beat Florida. Now, Florida been beaten by Arizona, been beaten by TCU, Duke, and UConn, and also been beaten by Mizzou, which was probably a shock to the system, and Auburn, which was really a shock to the system. But still, one of the most amazing teams out there. Vandy, well, they've been beaten by a few other people, but it's only been in the SEC. They went through their non-conference, and in all honesty, they didn't play anybody ranked. Got in the SEC playing, they got beat by Texas, Florida, and Arkansas, 3 in a row. Got beat by Oklahoma. Got beat by Mizzou, Tennessee, and Kentucky. Then they came back and they've beaten Tennessee twice. These are two really good teams. And we're going to cover these. Now, I'm not going to do it my normal way. I'm going to cover it by, we're going to compare stats in this one. The reason is because you've already heard all the players. You know Tyler Tanner. You know Duke Miles. You know Thomas Haws. You know Ruben Piniello. You know Boogie Flant. You know these names. So we're going to get into comparing them directly. So we can really tell you by the numbers who's going to be the better team. Now let's get into it. Before we get into the crux of this video, hit like, hit subscribe if you like college sports, because I do college sports, primarily college football, college women's gymnastics, do a little basketball and other sports on occasion, but that's what I do, college. Also, General Robert Neyland, former University of Tennessee head football coach for decades, had 7 maxims to win any game, but they can also help you if you apply them correctly to your life. The second one is play for and make the breaks. When one comes your way, score. That is a maxim that can be also applied to your life. Look for those breaks and take it. Now, Vandy, 86.9 points a game. They're 13th in the nation. Gators, 87.7 points a game. They're 12th in the nation. Now, Vandy allows 74.9. Gators allow 71.4. Field goal percentage on these two teams, 47.9% in field goal range for Vandy. They're 44th in the nation. The Gators, 36 with 48.2%. Free throw percentage, Vandy's 14th in the nation, 78.3%. Gators lose this one kind of drastically. They're 240th in the nation with 70.8%. 3-point percentage, yet again Vandy, they're 107th in the nation with 35.4%. Gators are 318th with 31.3%. Gators more rely on the 3-point shot. They make 9.5 3 points a game, 62nd in the nation. Gators 7.6, 195th in the nation. Assist, Vandy's 50th in the nation with 16.4. Gators are at 16.9. They're 34th in the nation. Now, defensive rebounds, this one's kind of a key. Gators are first in the nation on this one, 42.5 rebounds made a game. Vandy makes 32.7. They're 137th in the nation. Turnovers per game, Vandy's 28th with 9.1. Gators are at 11.1, 205th in the nation. Block shots per game, 44.7 for Vandy. They're 30th in the nation. While Gators are 16th in the nation with 5.1. Vandy will steal the ball more though. They're at 8.3, whereas Gators are 6.7. Now, Tyler Tanner leads the Commodores in points and assists. He's got 19.2 points a game, 5.2 assists. Rebounds, Devin McGlockton is at 6.8 rebounds. Steals, Duke Miles is at 2.6. And blocks, their center, Jalen Washington's at 1.4. Decent defensive team. Any way you look at it, decent defensive team. Now the Gators, Thomas Haw leads them in points with 17. Whereas rebounds is their center, Ruben Kinney Yellow, one of the few teams in the SEC with the double-double machine. That is him. He gets you 11.1 points, 11.7 rebounds. I mean, that dude's just straight up amazing. Assists, Xavier Lee gets 4.2 a game. Steals, Boogie Flan gets 1.8. And blocks, Alex Condon gets 1.5. And here's something that is they've got multiple people that are really good at stealing the ball. Their blocks are pretty decent, and it's several people working on that one. Turnovers, they've only got one person to worry about. That's Alex Condon, their leading blocker. He's a forward. With Vandy, the worst one to have to worry about is Tyler Tanner, who leads in the points and the assists, but he also is one of the top offenders when it comes to turning over the ball with 2 a game. Now, they also have Frankie Collins, who 2.2 times a game, but he's only played in 9 games, so it ain't that big of a deal for this kind of game. This is what you're looking at with these two teams right here. They are straight up just machines. They're great teams with the right players at the right time with the right coaching. Now I'm looking at these two teams. Mark Byington has done some good at Vandy. They brought him over from James Madison, who did good things for him there. Todd Golden got Florida a national championship last year. And like I said in yesterday's video, I love that he's connected to the San Francisco Dons. But that's some history that most people don't pay attention to. Last year he went 36-4. This year, not doing as good, but still, most likely is going to be one of the top seeds in the NCAA. And to be perfectly honest with you, I'm looking at these two teams, and they're neither teams that I root for on a regular basis. Oh, I like Florida's women's gymnastics team. And Vandy, well, they're the underdogs of Tennessee. I usually root for them when they're not playing us in football. And their men's basketball team's got a storied history. But I'm looking at these two teams. And I honestly do believe that Florida's got the better of the two teams. Now, according to ESPN matchup predictor, 69.3% for Florida, 30.7% for Vandy. I don't think it's quite that lopsided, but Yeah, I'm going to say go Gators with this one because, well, the Gators have just proven this season that they can be a better team. Played better competition. Sometimes they won, sometimes they lost. But they're towards the end, they got really good. Vandy did get beat by Kentucky 91-77, but it was in Rupp Arena. Florida's taken them down twice in a row, along with Arkansas. It's one of the two second best teams in the conference. Mississippi State, Texas. At least Vandy could beat Ole Miss. Everybody's been having a problem with them in the SEC tournament and took out Georgia. But I'm looking at this and I'm just going, this has got Florida Gators written all over it, blue and orange. It is what it is, but I think that these guys for the Gators, well, at 1 o'clock, you're going to see a really good game. So, this has been Paul with Redneck Sports. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. Hey, folks, before you leave, if you're can't become a member via my YouTube channel, which that's for my thinker. I've also got sports. I've got a Patreon. If you really, really want to help me out, I would be much appreciated. But hey, hitting like, hit subscribe, hit commenting, all those things really help me out. Have a good day.